I think we should start, and for those who came on time,
Okay.
so we don't run over and get back to what they were doing.
Okay, we are recording. Okay, well, hello everyone. Welcome to this webinar. Let's see. Hello everyone.
Hi.
Hi there.
Yeah, thank you all for thank you all for joining, guys. I think this will be a fun, very educational, informative session here. I'm gonna just throw the floor right away to Steve and Dan. You guys jump right in.
Well, Dale, you're up. Hey, this is Steve. I'm Steve Gallion. I see Dale in the foreground. When I speak, are you seeing me in the foreground? That's normally how these things work. No?
The attendees would see that, yes.
Oh, okay.
They see it differently than us.
So we have two of us here. Dale is in the media business as well, local publisher, runs the 118 group, and Wolfie, so is kind of
I'm all over the place. My role for today, Robin, you missed this. I told Haley, I want to be Ed McMahon, and Steve can be Johnny Carson. I just want to sit back on the couch and laugh once in a while.
Okay, I want to be Paul Schaefer.
Okay, yeah. So we're just going to laugh, Steve, while you talk, if that's okay.
Okay, that's cool. You have to laugh like Ed McMahon, like a smoker, Okay. Well, the reason we got together was a couple of us were talking, and, I had done a number of Zooms and had seen all those tutorials that you'll see on YouTube where you buy light boxes and external cams and, cost you $100 a professional green screen to get set up, which is a little bit more than I felt like doing. So I just threw some things together and tried to get a little bit of a better result. I'll show you real quick. So I started out like this, and then I wanted to get back where I could have a little bit better lighting and a little bit better presentation. So I guess we should start out with the Zoom basics, which is that if you're not using the desktop app, that's the way to go. You can use Zoom in your browser, use it in the desktop, but the desktop app, which you download, gives you more control.
Oh, didn't know that.
There you go. And we have basically two ways to do virtual backgrounds today. One is using the built-in video function where you can use a still or a video. Dale is using that method, which is directly inserted into your image. And you can use a green screen, which I'm doing. The Dale method requires a little more computer processing power, and Zoom will tell you if your computer meets the standards. It's, more processing cores, et cetera. Everybody can use green screen, and generally you can get a pretty clean key with green screen. Key being the part of the video or the part of the image that's cut out and replaced with another image. So, so Dale and everybody, I can start with a couple of basics about kind of how to set up Zoom to make it look a little better. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yes.
Okay. Let me switch over here to some screen sharing.
We lost Robin and Haley. I think they're tinkering with the suggestions you already made.
There you go. So can anybody see the stick figure now?
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay, well, if you start out with the standard desk, laptop, and that's your background, you can do just a few simple things to improve the experience. One is you can raise the laptop so that the camera is closer to being eye level, and then you're not looking down at the image and kind of getting your face distorted. Then you can add just a couple of lights, and I can show that in real life, but you can put your computer on a box or something to raise it up. It doesn't need to be fancy, just whatever gets it up to the right level. Then you can add what we would call a key light. A key light really just kind of highlights your face and helps you not look all dark when you're looking into your camera. This can be a couple different kinds of light. You can take a desktop lamp or something and point it at yourself. Daylight lights, I think, work better than warm white. If you can find like a daylight color LED, it's more of a natural, you know, sunlight kind of color. And then you can put a light in the background. And this helps you stand out from your background. And it also can help your key or your green screen have more even lighting, which will help how it looks and avoid those little patches that, you know, where the image shows through. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah, that looks
Steve,
good.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
All right, so the light, going back to your diagram, it looks like one light is actually behind the screen. Is that what I'm seeing?
It's in, well, the one back here behind the person. It's actually kind of
the other one.
Yeah, this is in front of you. This could be a lamp, just placed a little off center from your lap so it can see you from the laptop. It can be like a, you know, one of those lamps on an arm or a table light, something like that. I just got one of those reflector things from Home Depot, you know, where you like a work light with a little clamp on it, and you can put like an LED floodlight in there.
I think what Robin's asking is you don't put it behind the cover of your laptop. You want to move it so the light has a direct line to your face. Yeah. You want it to illuminate your face.
Right. That's correct. Oh, you said behind the laptop screen. I was thinking this screen over here on the left. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
I could show you real quickly kind of how I got to my setup from where I was. And it's not the fanciest thing, but I thought it improved things a little bit. So if you look on your Zoom app, on the lower left, it says mute and stop video. So if you click to the right of that little video icon down there, you can see choose virtual background. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay, let me share the screen here so you can see what that looks like. So I'll pull this over here. Now this is the control that you have for the virtual background. But first, I go up here to video, and you can select, of course, it's going to default to your camera that's in your laptop unless you have an external one. I use 16:9 widescreen. I enable HD, which gives you a little bit better clarity on the video. As Dale will show you, I mirrored the video, which keeps it kind of where you know where you are, and it's more of a natural. Otherwise, the video is flipped, and it's hard for me to figure out where I am. And then there's this little control says touch up your appearance. What that does is add a little bit of a softer image and kind of helps with those, I don't know, wrinkles and whatnot. It kind of evens out the skin tone.
That is awesome. I need that.
Yeah. When I was in TV, I had an anchor. I won't say her name. It was Judy Woodruff. Anyway, it was an anchor, and she would not go on camera without that wrinkle cam, is what we called it. Anyway, so she would be all soft, and everybody else would be sharp, focused. Okay.
Oh, Steve, hold one moment. I think Kimberly raised her hand. Kimberly, did you want to?
Sorry.
Let's see. Kimberly, did you have a question, or? Let's see.
I think Kimberly has her mute on.
Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. When I click on under settings, virtual background, it says choose a virtual background. All that gives me is none. Is there something that I need to download or pay for to get more backgrounds? Or
Go ahead.
She'll have to upload one, Steve, right? Is that what you're going to say?
Well, it comes with like 3. I think it should come with 3 standard backgrounds. Can you see it switching in my little preview window there?
Yeah.
But then if you click this plus, it allows you to upload backgrounds from your computer. And so then I just choose from wherever you happen to have them, and you can upload them. So I have a variety here, which gives you your backgrounds.
So
a choice of
You see that first icon that says none? That's all I have in mind. So do I have to upload images?
Yeah, you should. Do you have a little plus sign over to the right?
Yep. So there's no. My question is: are there supposed to be default backgrounds, or it's work? I have to put the work in to put in the images.
Well, if you don't have defaults, yes, you would. Mine came with 3 when I loaded it, so I thought that was standard. But anyway, I don't use those because they're kind of, I don't know, they don't look very natural to me. Like I'm not in outer space, and you know.
Okay, thank you.
I'm actually at the pyramids, Steve. So
what's that?
I am actually at the pyramids. So.
Oh, nice. Well, you're dressed for it too. So if you choose none, I'll just show you my setup very quickly here. I have to go back to Zoom and start sharing. So
I can show, to answer Kimberly's question directly, either at the end or offline, I can show her how to use Canva to really easily make an image for free and upload it. True.
And Haley also has posted some CapeSpace background images on the website, which I'll show you one of those. That's the one I've been using lately. And they're, you know, you're not going to get in trouble with sharing it. And I know Dale has some other sources too.
Yeah, let me include that list. Steve, I'll include that link right now in the chat too to our Zoom backgrounds page on our website.
Okay, cool. So with no background, all I did was I was going for something a little more architectural. So I hung a green towel over this doorway so that then I could key in another doorway to look like I had more of a background, more depth like that. And then, I mean, you can play around different, whatever looks kind of the most natural. You have to be careful to get these lines parallel by moving your thing a little bit. Oops, sorry, one of my lights fell off. And then, let me see, I chose this one from CapeSpace, which kind of gives you that nice appearance and like there's some depth to the image. And then added a little bit of light to the front. And I have a light on the green screen in the background on the green towel to give it a little more of an even key. I need to adjust it today because I'm still getting a little bleed, what they call bleed. So I usually just sit where you can't
sit. Steve, I'm sorry, I'm not following this. So did you notice what I just did? I just made a background.
Cool, there you go.
So, yeah, so I'm learning, but I'm not following the towel thing. To explain the towel thing again.
Well, with no background, and you're probably not, are you using green screen or the other method of doing a background?
I just did what you said. I went to choose image and I uploaded a picture.
Oh, there you go.
I do not have green screen checked off, and nor do I actually have a green screen.
Well, you don't have to have it. You're using the computer processor itself to kind of generate that background live. And you can use video for those too. I have a 2-year-old MacBook Air and it just can't do it. So I have to use green screen, which I think works better anyway for a cleaner key.
Okay.
So without it, that's what it looks like without it. If you are using a green screen, I have to go back to this. Go back to this little control panel here. If you're using a green screen, there's a little, let me see, thing right here. Say you select an image. Let's go to the CapeSpace one. There's a little control right there, and that tells you what color you want to key on. So if you choose green, it goes there. If you were to choose brown, it would key on the brown, but that brown's not a good color, obviously. Green has the most separation from most skin tones. So it'll give you the best contrast without like, you know, keying out your head or something like that.
That's great.
That makes sense. So that's why in movies, you'll see either green or blue as a key color. But if you got blue, you cannot wear.
Steve, is this like any shade? Steve, is this like any shade of green? Like dark green, pea green, lime green?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just, I got a towel from Ocean State. But anyway, Is that what they call it? Job lots? Yeah. Any real shade of, as long as it's the same color across, it can use any of those shades. Usually the professional keys are brighter color because they key easier. You know, it's easier to get them lit. Do we have any questions so far?
No, good.
Okay. So that's really all there is to it in terms of getting the height right, adding a little bit of light, and you know, finding a nice background that works for you. Sometimes, you know, if you're going to use like, and sometimes the backgrounds, to me, they can look more or less like they blend with what you're doing. Like this one, this is actually where I work in Holland when I'm over there, but it doesn't work too well as a background. So I like something that's more architectural and kind of looks like an extension of your room. Okay, do we have any, I see anybody asking questions here? Okay. Hey, Dale, do you want to show some of your ways of finding images and what you did to put your logo on your image?
Yeah, sure. So I have, let me see if I can do this.
Hey, Dale, 1 second. I see Kimberly asked a question in the chat about buying a green towel to hang on the background to enhance the background. So buying a green towel to hang on the background is to enhance the background, correct? Or to hang on the wall.
Yeah.
In the chat.
Some people just tape a lot of those green poster boards together and hang them up there. You could use a curtain as long as you kind of, you know, put some weights on it or tape it so it's not wrinkly. And I could have taken 2 of these towels and put them, you know, completely across the background. It works either way.
Right. So for me, I had a window with natural light. I have a little folding table. I move out when I have to do a webinar. I unplug my laptop, put it in front of it. I don't have any lights. And for me, you can probably see right there and right there. I have something hanging on my wall. I take it down, and my computer's fast enough where it sees the background behind me, and Zoom is smart enough to kind of, I don't know how it does it, but it's smart enough to kind of cut me out. And a lot of times, you know, I like to motion with my hands. You can see it starts to get confused. The green towel will only replace the green area, and that's more, you know, it's better for your computer, it's faster, and you don't get some of these glitchy things. For me, I just didn't want to deal with that. I found a wall that was empty, and I tried it, and it worked. You can also do video. In that section where Steve showed you the virtual background, you can select a video. Same thing, when I do this with the video, I start to hear the fan come on my laptop. It doesn't get choppy, I don't break up so much, but every once in a while I do notice there can be a tiny bit of lag. And when you go to the virtual background settings, it will show you the size of the photo that's best. And if you notice in Steve's background, just something worth mentioning, where if you make a green area and you replace just that green area, Steve, move your laptop a little bit. Zoom is kind of smart enough to center that image, and you can kind of see how you can kind of pan around in that image, which is pretty cool. That's another benefit to doing it that way. If you want to create, so I made, and I have to apologize. So is the logo showing correctly for you? Because I always get this mixed up on mirror mode. Okay, so I took the CapeSpace photos. So we have an office at CapeSpace, and when I'm doing my webinars or I'm having a meeting, I just like the feeling of being there. And I put my logo in here using Canva. And if you can, I don't know if I can share my screen. I'm going to try it. Did it work? Oh, here we go. You think by now I'd get the hang of this.
There you are. Yeah.
Okay. So if you go to canva.com, you can sign up for a free account, and there's templates. There's a little template button up here in the top left. I just typed in Zoom, and you can actually click on an image in here. Some are free, some of them you need a sponsored account for, and it will automatically give you what they feel is an optimized size for Zoom. In Canva, this isn't a Canva tutorial, but I basically made, you can duplicate your image. So I duplicated it so that I could keep that size. And then I literally just imported the CapeSpace photo, and I imported my logo, and I can drag this photo wherever I want, make it bigger, smaller. Took me about a couple hours. I set up my own meeting, and I made about 10 backgrounds, and I did them one by one. I kind of figured out like what size logo looked too big or too small. And then, you know, I got it to the point where I was happy with it. In Canva, you can keep creating, keep duplicating pages. So I thought I'll just have fun. Like I'll do the pyramids. I imported a video, the fish tank thing, or that may even been in Canva on its own. If you want to use a stock photo, I think Unsplash, I think that's the one that Mary likes. You can come in and I know this will freak Robin out because because we talked about this. When we see people without masks now, it's like, but you can come in and type a picture, type in something. These are all free to use, download on Unsplash. And then if you want to put a logo on it, you'd have to bring it into Canva, position your logo. If you wanted to bring it into Zoom, you could just download this and just upload it into your virtual background the way you normally would. So any of these photos, you can use either method, the green screen method, where you're just showing a portion, or the whole background. Does that make sense? Crickets. I see head nods. Okay.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I think certainly feel free to jump in the chat, or I think you can raise your hand too. Well, let's see, I think Kim have a, okay, yeah, Kim saying yes. Okay, I think everybody's all set.
So the point is to buy a green, so the point is to buy a green towel to hang on the background to enhance the background. So Kim, the green towel tells Zoom what of your real background to replace, right, Steve?
That's right.
Whereas in my scenario, I think Zoom just looks for a consistent color. Like if I had a lamp in the background and a picture hanging, it would get real confused about where I stop and where the background starts. And the green just makes it super easy for Zoom to be like, okay, that's what I got to replace, right? That's the takeaway here.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
I would probably use the green screen either way, just because I think it's a little sharper, a little easier, like you say.
Sure. All right.
Any questions?
So I know this is a stupid question, but but when you're going to that spot, you know, where what is it? You know, choose virtual background, and you select an image, and there's a box at the bottom that says green screen. Clicking on green screen doesn't do anything unless you actually have a green screen, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it does not do anything. Well, if you uncheck it, it goes to the method that Dale has. If your computer can handle it, if your computer can't handle it, you get a little message saying, your version needs to be higher and your processor must have an Intel Core i5, blah, blah. Bigger, faster computer.
If you click, I have a green screen, Robin, it will only replace green in your background. So I don't have any green. And if you look, now it's just kind of confused. you want to uncheck I have a green screen if you do have just a solid background and you just want to take your chances just wiping out whatever's behind you.
Okay.
This is my favorite.
Nice.
Hey, can you guys talk a little bit about, so I see that when Haley has her video turned off, I'm seeing a CapeSpace logo. When I have my video turned off, it's just showing my name. How do we control that?
I think you have, Dale, maybe you know, I think you can go to your Zoom account online and you change your profile, or can you change it?
Yeah, I think you go to, so there's zoom.com and zoom.us. This threw me for a loop too. Zoom.com is where your account lives. So if you want to log in your account, there's a little, you log in, there's a my account. It's hard.
Okay.
The feature,
Okay.
that's where you want to go to basically change any of those settings. And also, depending on your account type, if you're joining, sometimes if you just join an open meeting, it might ask for your name. If you're kind of joining a meeting without your account, you're not going to get a logo or any of your account settings. So I don't know how you came in today, but that may have something to do with it also.
Okay, thank you.
Short answer is we're not sure. Any other questions? Did we lose Haley?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
So we're all good?
It looks like she's still there. She's on mute.
Do you want to announce anything?
Okay, yes. So we are opening up a contest. So for you guys and for anyone else who wasn't able to attend, if you want to create your own Zoom background, we're making a contest for whoever can create the best, most creative background. We will award you guys with a $100 gift certificate to CapeSpace, good toward any of the services. So you can enter, I'll put our email address in the chat right now, but you can enter by emailing us at info@capespace.com. So just take a screenshot, which maybe Dale, if you want to go over how people can take a screenshot of their background, but yeah, send us a screenshot and we'll announce the winner sometime. So we'll keep the contest open between now and next Friday, June 5th. So we'll announce the winner sometime after June 5th.
Awesome. So to take a screenshot, you have to come into Zoom, change the setting, and then Steve, maybe you know for a Mac, but for a Windows computer, it's either function and print screen or the Windows command and print screen. I forget which one it is. So I'll show you, I'll just do one real quick. Oh, you can't see my background. Another thing you can do is you can go to a website called Snipboard, snipboard.io, and it will actually give the instructions on how to take that screenshot, paste it into the cloud, and then all you have to do is just send a link and we can get the image from the link. It's a really cool tool. If you don't use that, it's a really easy way to send screenshots to other people.
That actually sounds easier. On the Mac, I normally use the Command-Shift-4 combination, and then it lets you draw a little box around the part of the screen you want to capture, and then you hit enter, and but then you have to copy it into preview on Mac in order to save it. So that sounds like it's a little trickier than what Dale just described.
I think if you go to snipboard.io, it might give you instructions for Mac there too. So I'll put that in the chat right now.
So guys, Kimberly was just asking some guidelines of what considered best. I'd say it's really it's really subjective, I think. I don't know, what do you guys think?
We'll know it when we see it.
Right, exactly. So whether it's just the most professional looking or maybe something super creative, kind of just open it up to use your imagination and kind of see what happens.
Judge's discretion.
So I hope that answers your question, Kimberly.
I guess it depends on the circumstances of your Zoom. I saw one the other day. They had an image from one of those slasher movies where somebody was behind them with this knife coming at them, but that was not a business.
That's not what you want.
That is very creative.
It was creative. And another one of a video, but the video was the guy in the presentation looking at himself from like behind a little door. He was peeking around the corner. So, I mean, whatever works.
That could be distracting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, any other questions? Did anybody find this to be helpful?
I know I did.
I did. I learned a couple things, Steve. Thanks.
You bet. Well, as we said, I think you could do what I did for about 20 bucks. For 40, you could probably get better results.
Steve, are you able to show the light that you bought? Because when I saw it, I recognized it. I remember seeing it probably also at Job Lot.
Yeah,
can you show the light?
Yeah, at Job Lot, this is what I got. It's one of these work lights. You can get them at Home Depot. It was like $5. I found an LED floodlight, but what you can do is cover this with like a piece of sheer curtain or something to diffuse it more, which I haven't taken the time to do that yet, but that's what a lot of people do. And I mean, you could use one for the front as well, but you have to put it a little further back from your, the one that is behind your laptop.
And Steve, I'm sorry, did you say LED or incandescent works better?
Well, I got LED because LED comes in a couple of flavors. One is a warm white, which is more like an incandescent, and the other one is daylight, which is more like sunshine. There's a warm white color, which you can see is a little more orange, which doesn't look bad, but it's hard to blend that in with some backgrounds, and if you have windows.
What's the one Judy Woodruff uses?
Oh, they're all LED. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Joyce, did you?
Per fixture, I would estimate. Yeah.
Joyce, did you have a question? I saw you raise your hand.
No.
No, I guess we're good.
And if anyone has a question after the fact, they can still email info@capespace.com and we can answer it. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, just found this useful. Thanks. She said, no, just found this useful. Thank you.
Oh, great. Thanks, Joyce.
Thanks, Joyce. Thanks, everybody.
All right. We're looking forward to those contest submissions.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Steve.
Dale and Steve.
Bye.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
See you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.